Hello and namaste. This is a new series called the Micro Lessons series. And these micro lessons are short capsules, life lessons that will hopefully help people to rethink and question some of the assumptions they have, and also some of the things that they believe are written in stone and should never be questioned. So in this micro lesson one, we're going to be talking about the topic of why you should never apologize. Now, this may sound strange to some people because most of us, in fact, all of us have at some time submitted an apology or have said sorry. But it's important for us to understand the essential and fundamental difference between sorry and apology. And also unpack for ourselves why it's important for us to never apologize, or at least never be in a position where we are required to apologize. Now, before we get into the reasons why we should not apologize and the specific instances when we must never make the mistake of apologizing, it is important, like I said, to understand the fundamental difference between an apology and saying or feeling sorry. Feeling sorry for something or someone. While semantically they may be similar, contextually they are different and they can mean very different things. For example, you can say sorry or feel sorry for something or someone. But when you submit an apology or when you apologize, it essentially means only one thing, and that is that you're admitting to a mistake, to an error. And therefore, that should tell you that you should be very careful before apologizing or before submitting an apology, written or oral. And because like I said, it's an admission of guilt. And in this micro lesson, I list 10 contexts in which an apology is not only inappropriate, but actually is not advisable. And when an apology becomes unavoidable, then we will see how it should be done. So before I continue, let me share my screen so that you can see what are the 10 contexts that I've listed in terms of why you should not apologize. So as you can see, number one is to never apologize to a mob or a large group of people. That's because a large group of people or a mob is never ever going to understand or never ever going to have the patience to listen to you. Number two, never apologize at the time when the mob is coming for or after you. That's because they've already made up their mind. That's the wrong time to be apologizing to them. The classic case is the case of Joe Rogan right now. See what's happening. He's apologized twice, but it's made no difference. It's only increased the bloodlust of those who have been going after him. And therefore, it doesn't make any sense at all. You must always wait it out, wait till the time the heat dissipates, and then you will see that you're better off having not apologized. Number three, and this is very important, never apologize when you know deep within that whatever you said or did was not wrong. When you know deep within, when you know that you've lived and have been true to your values, why apologize? Number four, never apologize for past mistakes. The fact that you've moved on and are a better person should suffice. All mistakes have an expiry date and they expire the moment you internally acknowledge the mistake. If it is not enough for someone, then they might as well go to hell, because that's exactly how it is. Because if people don't have the grace to accept an apology, then it simply means that they don't deserve your apology. Number five, never apologize to anyone who does not have the grace or the maturity to accept your apology. For example, there are some who will say that they don't care for your apology. And you no longer have to care for them or their feelings either. Number six, do not apologize just to diffuse the situation. That's a compromise that will come to haunt you. Do not apologize to avoid a confrontation. Again, it flows from point 6. Some of us would simply apologize because we want to avoid a bad situation, but it's better to face the situation rather than, say sorry or apologize. Number 8, never apologize for stating your position or taking a stand. This should be clear enough. Why should you apologize for taking a stand? That's well within your rights. It's your freedom to express what you think or feel about a subject or a topic. Number 9, never apologize just because the other person is more powerful or holds a position that is above yours. You will live better if you're true to your conscience. Never be intimidated by people. Never be intimidated by the role they play. Never be intimidated by the position they hold. They are human after all. Number 10, never complain, never explain, and then you will realize that you will never ever need to apologize. Now, when an apology becomes inevitable, what do you do? So if you must make an apology when you don't have a choice, then be sure that you've rehearsed it and you say only what you have to say and nothing more. No explanation, no long drawn sentimental sniffling. Say it and be done with it. Just move on. And before I close, let me leave you with a quote from P.G. Wodehouse, very relevant, who once said, "It is a good rule in life never to apologize. The right sort of people do not want apologies, and the wrong sort take a mean advantage of them." So I hope this micro lesson 1 was useful. We will come up with more such lessons, life lessons that I think would not only be useful, but also would be different from the standard staid offerings that are typically given in self-help books and management books. Thank you. If you like what you listened to, what you heard, then please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.